You know, they say perception is everything, and it's really true. Perception is everything. What I'm doing right now is I'm headed to the grocery store. I'm headed to the grocery store with my wife. See my cute wife? Normally, a grocery store is not something that I would be looking forward to going to, right? But perception is everything. Before this pandemic, if my wife was headed to the grocery store, I would want to be home. But since the pandemic, we haven't been able to spend much time together. You know, before the pandemic, we used to have a little date, thing going on where we might go to like a jazz thing, or we might go to a restaurant, not really for the food, but sit down and have a couple of drinks. We live in Florida, very close to the beach, so one of the things that we love to do is like go and have a couple of drinks on one of the outside, sit down on the outside of the thing and just kind of chill. All those things are unavailable. We've been at home, and although we're spending plenty of time together at home, it's not really quality time because between the two of us, we have 6 children. It's a black Brady bunch. And only one is actually out of the house. So if you can imagine, we don't really get any time to ourselves. Even at night, the baby is there. The baby still wants to sleep in our room. So perception is everything. I've changed my perception on this whole grocery store thing. And I get to spend some time with my beautiful, 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 beautiful wife here. It's perception. And it kind of reminds me that it's the same thing with all walks of life. Perception is everything. You might be used to doing things a certain way, Entertainment for you might have been one thing, and now that we're in this pandemic, that thing is cut off from you. We got to change perception, and that'll allow us to actually be happy with things that normally we wouldn't be happy with. It's small, but it's big at the same time. It's small, but it's pretty big at the same time. Because just to change the way that you look at something has a complete different effect. So now I'm encouraging for us to go to a few different stores, because that means I could spend a couple of hours with my beautiful wife alone. Perception. So we scored, y'all. We scored. I found some blue crabs, some live blue crabs, which has been kind of hard to come by lately. I tried to get some the other day for my birthday, and they weren't available, but I stumbled across them just now, so we'll make some curry blue crabs for the wife here. I mean, I'm not talking blue crabs. Not blue crabs. They're golden crabs, right, babe? Golden crabs.
Whatever you call them.
She doesn't know, y'all. Listen, this is how I won her in the kitchen. So this is one of my recipes I'm gonna share with y'all. I'm gonna do the golden crabs curried. Golden crab. I'm gonna take the whole thing. I'm going to cut him in half. Cut off the toenail. Cut off the fingertips. The claw tips, I should say. You see that? So we're just gonna chop off the front claws, and chop off the toenail, fingernail type of thing, whatever you want to call it. And then I'll just take and put it on the edge here and give it a little hit. And if you can see, there's a little crack there. That's all we need, just enough for the flavors to get inside.
All right, so since after you get your pieces nice and cut, you want to get small pieces because we're going to do curry here. So you want to get, you know, decent sized pieces, not too big, all right? Drop the whole rhyme and everybody in there. Then I'll just add some water. And literally just wash the meat. Listen, with seafood, I don't know. You definitely want to wash your meat when you're dealing with seafood, because you never know when you're going to come across somebody with an allergy. And from my experience washing their meat, I've had people that's allergic to seafood that can't eat seafood anywhere else, but can eat seafood from me. And I strongly believe it has to do with the fact that I spend so much time washing the seafood before I actually cook it. Okay, let's go in with some seasonings. First of all, I'm gonna use a teaspoon of salt. Let's do a half a teaspoon of adobo. Onion powder, we'll go a full teaspoon and a half of onion powder. Same thing, teaspoon and a half of garlic. We're gonna go in with curry on the crab, about a teaspoon of curry. About a third of a teaspoon of curry. We're gonna add about 5 or 6 pimento, dash of complete seasoning, and a couple of pinches of black pepper. And then we're just gonna go ahead and mix that all together. All right. Okay, stove on high. And then we're gonna go in with onions, 3/4 of an onion here. This is a good sized onion. If you got a small onion, just go ahead and chop the whole onion. If it's really small, do like an onion and a half. But you want a good amount of onions in here. All right, stove is on high. I'm gonna put a 1/4 cup of water. I'm gonna add a teaspoon and a half of curry, pinch of adobo, a bit of Scotch bonnet peppers, and a bit of Maggi. And I'll take my other half of Maggi and I'll put it on the crabs. And what we're doing right now is we're actually cooking the curry. We're cooking the curry because it's gonna add a little bit more water. You don't want to burn here. You just want to keep it nice and cooking, right? You want to cook that curry right into the onions, because what happens is the crab cooks very, very quickly, and the curry takes a little bit longer to cook. So we're just going to go ahead and cook that curry down first. And yes, I did sprinkle some curry on the crabs, so when we do put the crabs in here, we are going to be adding more curry. I'm gonna just add a little bit of black pepper because I don't have much on my crab. A good pinch of thyme. Now you see how that wants to burn? We don't want it to actually burn. We just want to keep it right at that point. We want to keep it right at that point where it wants to burn but can't burn. So you just want to keep on adding little bits of water at a time, because what we're doing is we're cooking that curry. Now how you gonna know when this is ready? When your onions get good and soft, it's time to put the crabs in. And I'm gonna go ahead and add my crabs to that. These crabs are actually raw crabs. They're not cooked already. They haven't been cooked at all. So these are gonna take about 10 to 15 minutes to cook, all right? Seafood is a thing that cooks very fast. I really don't want you overcooking your seafood. Just give that a cover and let it steam. But what I was saying is I really don't want you to overcook your seafood. Crabs are a thing that takes about 12 to 15 minutes. They cook. Once they turn color, when you're cooking any kind of shellfish, when it changes from that bluish color to whatever, that reddish color, As soon as you're done with that, you're all coated with that red color, the seafood is cooked. If you keep going, the seafood starts to get tough and it starts to stick to the outer shell. If you ever notice, sometimes you go to a restaurant and you get seafood and you just snap the shell and you snap the crab and the meat just comes right out of the claw, that's because it's perfectly cooked. When it's overcooked, you snap that claw and it wraps to the inside of the thing. It doesn't want to come out. There's a bigger fight trying to get it out. So don't overcook your crabs. Okay, so now we're just gonna turn all the flavors over, turn all the crabs over into that gravy and let everybody get a little bit of gravy mixed in. All right, I just want to give that a nice turn. This is a really simple recipe, guys. Make sure you try it at home. If you're using crabs that are already cooked, like when you go to your supermarket and you get the snow crabs, things like that, and they're red already, those crabs are already cooked. They're not ideal for making curry crabs. You want to get raw crabs, whether it's blue crabs, rock crabs, any kind of crab you can get that's actual raw crabs. This recipe is not going to work out right for those crabs that you get in the supermarket that's already been cooked. Curry crabs, baby. Yeah.
All right, thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I really appreciate all the time that you spend with us as always. Do me a favor, hit the like, the subscribe. It should be down somewhere down there. Is it over here? Is it over here? No, it's over here. Yeah, on that side. Yeah, down there. Hit that button for me and let's grow the channel. I'm gonna keep on bringing you more recipes. I'm getting to the garden today. See the sun behind me coming out. I'm gonna try to beat that sun. So enjoy the recipe. Thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. Thanks.